Namaste, beloveds. This is Valerie Ames, aka Mother with Wisdom, and this is the continuation of the tarot reading from the last two videos. And before I begin, I've been given something to just share, and so I'm just going to come out with it the way it was given to me. Let me see how to put it. We have been conditioned, we have been taught the phrase, idle hands are the works of the devil. We have been taught that we always need to be doing something. When we call somebody or we talk, what are you doing? What are you doing? How are you doing? Nobody asks you, how are you being? What are you being? Are you being okay? So are you doing okay? Because we have always been taught to do. And what the ancestors want me to give is this. When they were in their doing mode, they knew who they were. And whatever they were doing with their hands, they were putting spirit energy into it. So it wasn't idle work. What we do now is idle work, IDOL. Because we're not putting spirit into it, because we don't know who we are. Most of the time, it's anxiety that's making us do something, or nervousness, or we've got to meet this deadline, or this has got to be done right now. It's not because there's a joy to do it. It's not because even in the doing of it, you're going to be putting spirit into it. So this is what they are calling dead works. Remember, we were talking about the works of the flesh. These are dead works. Because you're not putting your being, who you are, into anything that you're doing. Your value of it is how much is it going to sell, not in spirit help me create this, or spirit help me bring this out of this, or somebody is going to benefit from the love that I put into doing this. And that is just something that they want you to consider in self-inquiry, in knowing who you are. It is not what you're doing. You're not a human doing. You're a human being. And what you're supposed to be being is spiritual. You can't be human. You're already human. You were born human in this human vessel. But you are more than that. You are a spiritual being. You are a true spiritual being. And this is what they want you to understand. And this is the seed that needs cultivating. If you're not doing this self-inquiry, then whatever you're doing is idle. Idle work. IDOL, not IDLE. Because it's serving something outside of you and not what is in you. But when you are aligned with that energy within you, that consciousness, and whatever you're doing it with love, then that what you're doing is no longer idle. You have infused it with spirit. You have sparked it. Even if it's dead material, you are giving it life. Okay, that's that. Now I'm going to move on to the cards, beloveds, because we have a lot of them. As I said in the other videos, some of the decks wanted a couple of cards instead of just one. Two of them came flying out instead of just one. So I did not choose between them. I let the cards speak what they want to speak. So the first deck is the Abraham-Hicks Deck, and I don't have my boxes in front of me, but this is the Abraham-Hicks Out of the Vortex deck. And I'm just going to start. I don't know which came first or anything, so I'm just going to start. It's just going to flow the way it's going to flow, beloveds. This is card number 31. I'm being told, look at these colors. Look at these colors. Look at these colors. I came as an extension of source energy. Looks like a whirling dervish. I came as an extension of source energy. You came as physical extensions of source energy, understanding that you would explore contrast, causing expansion, not only for you, but for all that is. You knew that you could find your way back to the resources of your source by feeling your way. And by understanding that the relationship between you and you is not one of separateness, but of alignment and resonance. When you master the art of allowing your consistent alignment with the source within you, every other relationship will be beneficial and pleasurable. How deep is that? What a promise that is. Woo! Talking about a treasure at the end of the rainbow, baby. Woo! Yes. All right. The next one is card number 59. I'll not ask others to become different for me. Look at those faces. Look at those eyes. How many faces do you see in there? How many perspectives? One is larger and one is smaller. Huh. I just love these contrasts. I just love them. I love them. I'll not ask others to become different for me. Let your vibrational relationship escrow, percolate, and give it your undivided attention so that you become a vibrational match to it. And then, when the law of attraction brings all of it together, there are not any bugs to work out. Whew. Do not ask the person who helped you to define what you want to become what you want. How deep is that? How deep is that? I've got to read that again because that's juicy. Do not ask the person who helped you to define what you want to become what you want so that you can have what you want. Narcissistic. Instead, use your willpower to focus upon what you want. And then the universe will bring you what you want. Thy will, not mine. Because I don't know. Well, I don't know. I can focus on what I want. But I'm not going to try to make it be what I want. I'm going to let the universe bring it to me. And when it comes, I'll know it. And there won't be no bugs to work out. There won't be no questions. There will be trust. There will be openness. There will be communication. Because that's what I want. All right, next card. Number 7. Number 7. My thoughts join a powerful, swirling vortex of attraction. Woo. Okay, and looking at this card, this reminds me of Neo when he went farther than what he thought he could. I don't know in which particular series it was or episode, but that's what this reminds me of, and I'll just show you. I think it was the very first one when he had to really find out he was the one and what happened before he believed that. Or was that before he went and saved Trinity? I don't know. It's been a while. But that's what this reminds me of, beloveds. My thoughts join a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. And that's what he had to do. In knowing who he am and in trusting that, then he was able to join that vortex, that attraction. He was attracted to what was attracting him. And he became one with it. And then there were no laws that could stop him. Because he was one with all the universal laws. He was the one. He was one with the one. And he knew it. In the same way that the law of attraction is responding to the thoughts, words, and actions that you are offering here in your physical reality, the law of attraction is always responding powerfully to your vibrational reality. So, beloveds, let me stop just for a minute right there. Because I want you to understand everything that we see and feel going on right now is the law of attraction that we've put in place. Because of our conditioned thoughts and our conditioned beliefs and our conditioned disbelief and unbelief in who we are. And so the law of attraction is acting powerfully. And it's affecting us. Because we are not standing in our truth of who we are. And we're looking around and we're saying, is the world gone crazy? What the hell? Not even understanding that we created this what the hell with our thoughts. And we feed it and nurture it and nurse it like it's a baby. And it's biting us and sucking us and killing us and everything else. But idle hands, we got to do this. This is what we got to do. Be before you do. Know who you be before you know what to do. There's an order today. When the law of attraction of the universal manager of all vibrations responds to the clarity of vibration offered by your expanding inner being, the result is a powerful, swirling vortex of attraction. So, babies, beloveds, start knowing who you are. Start being who you are. Because in that being, you are doing what you were created to do. And that which is you, multidimensionally, you will attract it to you. And you will bring balance and harmony to everything you set out to do. That's what they say. They done did it before, so who am I to say? Okay, we have this card is coming. I got something in my eye. Hold on, I'm going to. It got out just that quick. No, it didn't. Hold on. I'm going to pause it, and then I'll come right back. Okay, eyelash. The next card, beloveds, and this is coming from Life Purpose Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue. And I always tell you I love these cards. They're so beautiful to me. Okay, and this card is leadership. Take charge of this situation. That is a very, very powerful card, beloveds. She has a chalice in her hand. She's sitting in this chair that is leopard print. She has on armor and she has two flowers right here and right here. And her sword is down, but she's holding in both hands this chalice. And she's being crowned with a crown that is roses, flowers. See the chalice in her hands? And the sword is at her side. And the chair is leopard print. And those two flowers right there on her shoulders. Leadership. And she's being crowned. And this is what this card is about. Take charge of the situation. This card comes to you as a signal that you're ready to assume your role as a leader. You recently may have come across a situation in which you thought Somebody should do something about this. Well, you are that somebody. Although you may not feel entirely prepared or qualified to assume your leadership role, the angels assure you that you're ready. They will guide you through every step so that you can gain confidence and certainty about your path. Take time to meditate and listen to your inner guidance, which will clearly show you your first steps upon this path. Your leadership will inspire others to speak up and take charge of their lives as well. Woo. The armor of God prepares us to be leaders, sovereign leaders of ourselves, of our own being, mastering our own being. And we are not alone in this doing, in this act, in this process. Okay. Practice. Practice. And the flute has been calling me lately, beloveds. It has just been the most peaceful thing in the world to me lately. It's that flute. And you can hear it playing in the background. Polish your skills by practicing regularly. Polish your skills by practicing regularly. The answer to your question about how to better your career involves focusing your time and attention on a skill that's related to your heart's true interests and passions. Perhaps it is a hobby that you dream of turning into an occupation. This is possible if you will devote the time and energy to polishing your skills in this area. More being, less the doing will come naturally. More being. Visualize yourself enjoying the benefits of being successful in this endeavor. Expect the best and then do the necessary work to make this a reality. A little bit of time devoted each day to practicing will become a positive habit, yielding positive results. You'll soon notice your skills improving and your level of enjoyment increasing. Your body will intuitively learn how to automatically incorporate what you've practiced. That's what they had me tell you from the beginning, beloveds. As you know that you are a spiritual being, everything that you start doing with your hands, you will start incorporating that spirit energy into it. And it won't be a dead work anymore. It'll be living work. And you'll find new inspiration as you move from an act of struggle to one of freedom and joy. Ashe, 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 Aho, Mama. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful. I am just so grateful, beloveds. And I wondered why yesterday I had did those other videos Friday. And yesterday I was supposed to get up and do this series with these cards. And my energy was just, And so I didn't force myself. That was another thing. I didn't make myself do it because I said I was going to do it. And this is, I understand now, when you are in the flow with things, it happens the way it's supposed to. Yesterday, this wouldn't have flowed the way it's flowing right now. This information hadn't come to me. I needed whatever happened, the sleep and everything else, and the processing of what I've already processed, the sharing of what I shared on Facebook and the other two videos and all the interactions and energies and my guides and their guides, all of this needed to take place before this video was done. And that's what is taking place. And that is why the energy in this is just so, whoo. Okay. Let me go on. These two cards are from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle Guidebook, the complete spiritual toolkit for transforming your life by Tori Hartman, and illustrated by Gretchen Reisch Baskin. And oh my goodness, okay. I'm just going to read what Tori Hartman wrote on the back of this. Tori Hartman is a world-renowned intuitive and spiritual teacher. Her motto, Enlightenment Made Simple, refers to her desire to give people the support they need in order to do spiritual work on their own. And beloveds, that is knowing who you are. And whatever you're doing, putting your spirit and love into it. But you have to be first. Then you do. And then it's not dead. Many can receive the spirit energy, the vibration and the frequency from it, and get that healing from your unique perspective, your unique expression of the divine. This is feeding each other. I love it. The first card that was pulled is called Despondence. Despondence. And this is a beautiful card. They're all beautiful cards to me, but you're just going to hear me keep saying it. Despondence. And beloveds, I'm told that look that word up. Look at the synonyms that go with it. Look at the opposite of what it is, so that you can really tune yourself into this word, despondence. Because it is a thought, frequency, and pattern that hooks us. That's what Spirit wants me to say. It hooks us. This is a state of consciousness that we fall into. Okay. Let me get there. And beloved, the more I'm looking at this card, there's just so much here. I'm looking at the purple orchids and irises. And she's pregnant with the world. And her hands are up in the air and her mouth is like, oh my God. And whoever is looking at her is like, ugh. Look at those faces. Okay, let's get to it. Violet Iris. Despondence. By taking action, I found the road out. The legend. Iris is depressed and unable to look after herself or her home. She cries out to the Great Spirit for help. Mother Earth appears and suggests Iris shower, eat a good meal, and clean up her house. Okay, Mama. Suddenly, wait a minute, she does, but she still feels despondent. And suddenly, a hurricane hits. And Iris springs into action to rescue her neighbor's children. In the urgency, Iris finds the way out of depression by taking action. And beloveds, what just came to me is something that I have shared when I was doing some of my writing earlier. And that is that the past 3 years that have passed, I was despondent. And I was sitting in this apartment, not taking care of myself, not loving myself at all, waiting to die, were the actual words, waiting to die. And a hurricane hit. Self-inquiry. And now it's about saving the children. Asking you shall receive, baby. You want to know who you are? Inquire within. And do not doubt what comes forward. And everything that's coming forward, understand that's you talking to you. Because you're ready to listen now. Despondence, baby. That violet, that's that crown. Inspiration. Iris teaches us that the only route out of stagnation is motion. If we do nothing, we must accept the consequences. If you do not know who you are, then you have to accept this world for what it is. If you do not know who you are, then your thoughts will own you. They will dominate you. They will master you. And you will be its masochistic slave identity. And you won't know no better. You'll know something ain't right. But you don't have the heart to believe. You don't have the heart to be. That sovereign being of yourself. You let the ego, it's easier for the ego to work it. And to work you. This is why the ancestors say, know thyself. It's not some hard puzzle. It's not some cryptic message. It's the most simple of directions. Personal inquiry. In which part of my life am I feeling immobilized? I know what I need to do. Am I willing to trust myself? Baby steps in practice. Baby steps in practice. Key ideas. Feeling helpless. Acceptance of circumstances. Change on the horizon, take action. Change on the horizon. The horizon, the zone of Horus, that falcon, those winds, that current. Understanding that the horizon does not limit you. that sun ending or that day ending is also the beginning of a new day, a new dawn. So put your trust and your faith where it belongs, in the creation that speaks to you. All you have to do is be still enough to listen and observe, because you co-created it, and it will speak to you. If you get out of this identity that you are just flesh and you're a victim of circumstances and systems that only know how to repeat themselves. Keywords: revelation, movement, encouragement, meditation. Imagine an expensive countryside with nothing to block the view. The wind blows and without warning carries you to a place of sadness. Ask the great spirits to reveal the action you must take. You will either intuitively know what to do, or it will soon be revealed to you. Open your eyes and see that all is calm. Be grateful. That is how I walked out of those 3 years, by facing my demons head on. And yes, I was scared. And yes, the fear was deep in my belly. But baby, I've always known I'm more than fear. I've been confronted with things that'll make you fearful many times before I came out of my mother's womb, baby. Understand, you faced fear before. And you may have died in that fear in another lifetime. And you may die now in this one. But you face it. Because in the next one, you won't be afraid of it. Next card. And it's a violet one too. So these are crown cards. Faith. Whew. Faith, baby. Faith. Look at them crystals on them stone people. Again, we have a chalice. Again, we have a world being held at the belly level. We had the Holy Spirit coming down upon the lady with the chalice. And we have the sacred masculine with an owl spirit. And that is his right hand that's up. So he's sending out over those amethyst crystals. He's charging them up. Royal purple brick. I am more than I think I am. The legend. Peggy is terrified. She can't see past the wall in front of her, and it is preventing her from moving forward. She cries out for help. The great spirits appear and tell her that she is holding a royal purple brick, thinking it is a wall. They encourage her to place the brick back in the path and ask her not to give up on life. Peggy lowers the brick to the ground and courageously steps forward. her future lights up. Inspiration. What frightens you is something much smaller than you. Then you know. If you are experiencing pain, holding on tighter will only worsen the situation. Your greatness awaits. Baby, they're speaking it plain today. Personal inquiry. I have a tremendous amount of personal magnetism. Am I willing to allow myself to shine? Okay, I'm holding considerable restraint right now because there are parts of me that want to get up and do the hallelujah dance and clap and do some shouting and speaking in tongues and woo, and if I can do some head flips and back flips and woo. Okay, let me calm myself down because when it's good to your spirit, it's good. It's good. Ain't nothing like mother's milk, baby. Nothing. Key ideas. Narrow focus. Miracles all around. Not following wise counsel. Not accepting your gifts. Using energy in a self-defeating way. Key words. Gifts. Muse. Fear. Now, let me tell you what the key ideas is about. The key ideas are the thoughts you have floating around in your head. And a lot of them are paradoxical and mirror each other. Okay? You're looking at contrast of light and dark, good and evil. Narrow focus when there are miracles all around you. But you only focusing on poor me, the things that are going bad. That's what you're feeding. That's what your focus is on. You're unaware of the miracles all around you. Not following wise counsel. Not being led by spirit. Not listening to your intuition. Not paying attention to the signs and symbols all around you that are repeating synchronistically. Not accepting your gifts. Not being you. Not being. You're too busy doing. You haven't learned that you can be and do at the same time. That's that feminine masculine thing again too. The union of that energy. Using energy in a self-defeating way. That is a big one. Remember I said the doing and the dead works. We're so busy doing. We're so busy putting energy that's not focused, that's not aligned, that's not in love into things and into doing things and into trying to be somebody that we're not and then trying to make somebody else be who we want them to be. These are dead things. These are works of the flesh, not fruits of the spirit. You don't get your crown like that. You give it away. You throw it on the ground. You kick it. And that's self-defeating. meaning you have everything within you to succeed. But you defeat yourself by the way you use your own powers and abilities and gifts. You trick yourself. I ain't nobody. This world be over soon. I go to heaven or I go to hell. I can't do that. Don't nobody love me. I'm by myself. My kids don't listen to me. The people at my job get on my nerves. I got to fight every step. I got to fight my mama. I got to fight my daddy. I got to fight my brothers and uncles and sisters and co-workers and friends. And I got to fight. Got to be. If you want to fight, baby, fight to be who you are. Fight your demons. Fight your mind. If that warrior energy is within you, be that. Master yourself. And the universe will align with what you're doing, with what you want, with what you need. Keywords: gifts, muse, fear, meditation. This is the time to let go and recognize your own gifts. Thank your guides for protecting you and not allowing you to give up. This, gratitude, baby. Gratitude. Gratitude. You are not alone. Thank God for that grace and that mercy and that gift of the divine Holy Spirit and that divine intellect that is within you. That each time you get knocked on your ass by the choices that you made, it's in you to say, get up. Get up. Okay, you need to rest for a minute. Rest. Breathe. Now get your ass up. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is the time to let go and recognize your own gifts. Thank your guides for protecting you and not allowing you to give up. This is the first step in communicating and sharing with the world. Remember I said we don't know how to communicate with each other? We don't know how to communicate with ourselves. How you going to communicate with somebody else if you don't know how to communicate with you? If you up here telling yourself all these lies and believing every single thing your ego says about you, that means you don't even trust you. How you going to trust somebody else? How you going to communicate and speak to them? How you going to be intimate with them when you're not even intimate with yourself? You intimate with an idea of who you are. You intimate with an imaginary persona or personas. We have to work on ourselves. And then we can communicate with the world. And then our guides will put in that work, baby. And the doing will be real. And the doing will be unconditional love. It's not a fairy tale. The purple brick instead of the yellow brick road. Purple brick road. Understand that the sacral chakra builds that yellow brick road to Oz. And then purple bricks bring you home. Switch them out, baby. Lay that foundation. Lay it. Slay them dragons in your head. The royal purple brick is part of your path, not the entire journey. We are immortal beings. Look how many centuries it's taken us to get right back here again. You cannot even imagine what's on the other side of this yet. Get here. Learn to let this be your truth. Okay, that is that one. Let's move forward. I am going to use The Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides by Stephen D. Farmer. And 2 cards came from this one as well, beloveds. The boar, which is the pig. Face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. Whatever difficulties you're experiencing now, whether with a relationship, career path, or some other concern, dig in and rummage around until you discover how to solve the problem. Then take immediate action to remedy it. Every time you confront adverse situations in this way, you will be uprooting those elements in your life that appear to be obstacles to fulfilling your purpose. And what just popped into my head, beloved, was a saying my mama used to say, put your nose to the ground, put your head to the ground, and up, you got to put it down there to uproot. Think of that boar with those tusks, uprooting. Rhinoceros, those with horns, uproot. Uproot. If something is rooted in you that don't need to be rooted in you, uproot it. Confront it. And uproot it. And notice you got the power to do that. But if it's down there and it's scaring you, oh Lord, oh Lord, that's part of me. Ooh. Or you so busy being up here, oh I'm better than that. And this is your ego that's got you rooted to this ideology. You need to uproot it and get it out your way so you can expand and not be limited to that obstacle. Oh, I'm fat. Oh, I'm black. Oh, I'm a woman. Oh, I'm poor. Oh, I only have a GED. Oh, my mama was crazy. Oh, my kids don't listen to me. You better uproot it. You better uproot it. And that's that pig card. Oh, wait a minute, there's more. Okay. Life can sometimes be very uncooperative with your rational mind sense of order, and will at times even block your demands of how events or experiences should unfold. I did it right. I did everything I was supposed to do. If you're living on earth, you're going to get your feet muddy sometimes. But it's no call for panic, crisis, or drama. Instead, take a couple of deep breaths and view whatever problem you encounter as simply something that needs to be taken care of. As the saying goes, there really are no problems, only creative possibilities. Uproot, baby. Use that imagination. Get jiggy with it. Don't you let nothing scare you. Do you know who you are? Once you've emerged victorious, which means that you've either conquered your problem or changed your thinking about how you initially perceived. Y'all, perception has been coming up like white on rice, okay? About once you've emerged victorious, which means that you've either conquered your problem or changed your thinking about how you initially perceived the situation, you'll experience a surge of power and confidence. And beloved, that other card said, when you are confronted with things that in your mind you have been conditioned to fear, understand how little that is to who you truly are, how limited that fear is. That's trying to act like it's big and bad and bold and it's bigger than God, the God in you. It's got you on your knees crying, begging, pleading, because you don't know who you is. You don't know what's within you. It knows. It laughs at you. Know thyself. Know thyself. And then write it down. So 7 generations after you will know themselves too. Remember that your power originates from source, expressed through you, as you. When you vanquish the illusion of this situation being a problem, you'll not only feel a greater sense of relief and freedom, but you also open the way for your heart, mind, and soul to be more in alignment with the will of spirit. When you operate from that perspective, you can overcome anything. Associations with this boar, with this pig, courage, hospitality, earthiness, self-reliance, protection, prosperity, organization, fierceness, uprooting, cleanliness, determination, balance, security, and tenacity. And that's that guide. That's that spirit guide of the boar that's there to teach you how to uproot what you need to uproot. So when you facing whatever you are, shapeshift into that kind of energy. Or call that kind of energy to come charging at whatever is standing there. Tell it to get it. And watch whatsoever that move. And know that you did that by being aligned with you. By standing in your power. And that you are not alone there. You got many with you who have already conquered what you standing there, needing to know that you can conquer. Next card, Tiger. I told you a lot of these decks had more than one card that wanted to speak. Tiger. You're being called upon to provide leadership, so trust that you're capable of doing so. And beloveds, don't think these cards is me talking about me. Please don't go there with that. This is about individual sovereignty of each and every divine expression that is walking, talking, listening, sitting down, breathing. Okay? This is to each of us. We are a collective of individuals. We are a collective of divine expressions. From the one came many. Know thyself. Don't let them trickers trick you. Trick or treat. Tiger. You're being called upon to provide leadership. So trust that you're capable of doing so. Trust that you're capable of leading yourself. Of making the right choices. Of getting up when you fall down. Of being you. Being an effective and compassionate leader requires that you know the art of balancing yin and yang. Discerning when to advance and when to yield. And pay attention to the subtleties and the flow of the group process, while simultaneously staying attuned to your own intuitive voice. Yesterday, I shared on my Facebook page a video of Muji speaking some words that were co-creative, but were beautifully in this. And he spoke of going to a marketplace. Excuse me, my makeup. Going to a marketplace, and that marketplace being so full of merchants and other customers that it became chaos and chaotic. And there was a young one with him who was overwhelmed by all the cacophony and the noise and the people and the sights and the smells and being rushed at and all of this and all of that. And as the progress went on, it started to rain and everybody broke and went up under a McDonald's thing. Okay, and people were still coming up. Muji wants some bracelets, you know, and the child was still there, and it's like, how do you do this? He saw the look on her face, the horror, the oh my God, what the, and what he said was, how he said it was, stay in you. You know who you are. Don't change. No matter how many come charging at you, getting in your face and showing you this and telling you this and arguing with you about that and having circuses and cameras and whatever. You stay you. You stay centered and you stay grounded in you. Let all of that energy be what it needs to be, but you stay you. And after she got that, she got it good. She said, and it stopped raining. And Muji wanted another purse, change purse or whatever. And she said, let's go get your purse. Let's dive back into that pool full of beings swarming and swimming and yakking and jacking and everything. Let's go get it. Let's get it. Because I know I'm not going to get lost in that. That's not going to overwhelm me. That's not going to swallow me up. That's not going to make a fool out of me. Here you go. That tiger, know who you are. Being an effective and compassionate leader requires that you know the art of balancing yin and yang, discerning when to advance and when to yield, and pay attention to the subtleties and the flow of the group process, while simultaneously staying attuned to your own intuitive voice. Whether your role as leader applies to your family, friends, employees, or a nation, you must listen to those around you and respond to their needs with strength and compassion. And when you deem it necessary, you need to follow your own sensibilities, even though others may disagree with you. To the best of your ability, make your decision based on what you determine to be for the greatest good, rather than catering to self-serving needs. Fear and doubt may arise at times, but don't let them deter you from your purpose. The best leaders aren't perfect, but they're willing to take calculated risks based on their own convictions and passionate desire to do the right thing. On occasion, you may stumble or even fall, but don't let that impede the acceptance of the leadership you're being called to provide. Others are looking to you for guidance. Don't let it go to your head, but do let it go to your heart. Associations, sensuality, passion, independence, confidence, clairvoyance, mysticism, intuition, power, agility, gracefulness, loyalty, intensity, devotion, focus, patience, stealth, healing, vitality, regeneration, adventure, challenge, tactically, I can't, tactically, bleh, TACTILITY, whatever that is, and sexuality, and that is that tiger. And like I say, learn to use your imagination to shapeshift into those associated words that's associated with tiger, that leader. Learn that this is your guide. Learn to call this energy to you when you need to step in that leadership role, when you need to be that leader. Not when you need to do something, when you need to be. Okay, let's keep it moving. Next, we go to Archangel Raphael, and just one card came. And that card was Fresh Air. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me breathe easier in all ways. Breathe easier. Fresh air. Let's see what it has to say. Fresh air was once prescribed for ailments because our ancestors, let me turn this. This is not the Native American. There we go. Fresh air was once prescribed for ailments because our ancestors knew of its creative properties. This card indicates a need for you to open the windows to increase ventilation and spend more time outdoors. The angels' messages are carried upon molecules of oxygen. So the more fresh air you breathe, the easier you can tune in to their loving guidance. So if you're wondering why they're doing all of what they're doing to the air and talking about paying money to block out the sun and all of this and all of that, this card also signals that Archangel Raphael is assisting you or the person you're inquiring about to breathe easier, meaning that burdens are lifted, an increase in freedom is felt, lung capacity is increased, or relief from previous stressors is achieved. Possible specific meanings. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you quit smoking. I did. Or to keep smokers away from you. Buy an air freshener for your home or office. Avoid carbonated beverages, which affect oxygen consumption. Woo. All these pops that we be drinking. They even made a carbonated machine now for you to make water out of and put some fruits into. And all of that has to do with the oxygen absorption. Wow. Which affect oxygen consumption. Engage in cardiovascular activities to increase your lung capacity. Ask Archangel Raphael to clear the energy in your home. My prayer, dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me breathe easier in all ways. Wow, that was a deep one. The next one we're getting into, beloveds, is the Romance Angels Oracles by Doreen Virtue. And there was only one card that came forward, and that card is New Love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. New love. Wow. New love. All right, that's new love. That is deep. What's got me is the way she's balancing those yolks. There are 3 angels, and there's a knight on his knees with a rose. So, and she's got, looks like chickens, a couple of chickens in that basket. And that face, woo. All right, let's get to it. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. The romance angels have sent you this card like a Valentine greeting. signaling the introduction of someone new into your love life. Perhaps you've recently met this person and your interest was piqued. This card validates that your connection was mutual and real. It is safe for you to explore it, and the romance angels will guide your actions accordingly. Of course, if you are already in a committed relationship, you'll want to consult your angels and perhaps a counselor or other trusted person to get insight into your feelings. While running into the arms of a suitor may sound passionate, the reality of guilt over the affair will soon weigh heavily upon you. It's better to confront the issues within your present relationship than let your emotional doors open for someone else. This card can also mean that you'll soon meet a new person. In these cases, the romance angels are asking you to keep the faith that love is in your cards. You deserve love and you're lovable. The angels guide you to be aware, as you never know when your partner will arrive. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? The next one has two cards as well. And this is from the 2013 Oracle, Ancient Keys to the 2012 Awakening. And the first card was Grasshopper, Mother of the Dead. And this card comes up a lot, beloveds. So it's coming up a lot because this particular story, this particular myth, this particular legend, this particular reality, this particular multidimensional occurrence needs to be made aware into our consciousness right now about what's going on with Mother Earth and us as her children. And a lot of things, a lot of questions that you can't answer, this will answer for you if you allow it. And let me get to it. I need to drink me a little bit. Okay. This is 13, Grasshopper, Mother Dead. The mother of all, Grasshopper, leads us to understanding. Before our present creation, all of life was inside the earth. Understand that. Inside the earth. Not on the earth's surface, not living on it. It was inside, like in the core. Okay? Inside. Which is the underworld, or understand what's being said to you. Inside the earth, Grasshopper was the living matriarch of all life underneath. Grasshoppers gave life to all beings that lived in this deep and mysterious place, including her human children. Grasshopper mother called Parrot, I will lead all my children up to a new world, a new sun. Grasshopper mother said to Parrot, all conditions are right. It will be a very different world. The way you experience life will be greatly changed. The sky is different. Imagine living underworld, what your sky would look like. And this said a different sun. Take note of all these details that are being given in this story. Use your perception to really understand what is being said. The sky is different. It is a good place I am taking you to, a better place. If you respect one another, everybody can live together in peace and harmony. If you respect one another, everybody can live together in peace and harmony. Go now, parrot. Tell all the beings of our world to assemble. Get ready to ascend. So I want you to think about something, okay? Think about, look up and see what grasshopper spiritual meaning and symbolically, metaphysically means. Look, same thing with parrot, since she's talking to the parrot. And understand that this being inside the earth, maybe that's the hell realm. Okay? And she's saying, okay, we've progressed to a certain state of mind now. And I'm finna lead y'all upwards. We finna ascend from this level into a new level. And all y'all need to do is respect each other. And things will be good. And it was so. The great march to Earth's surface was organized. Grasshopper walking behind and shepherding her children. And all sentient life guided them through tunnels toward black holes. Tunnels toward the surface of the earth. Go on up above, Grasshopper Mama told them. I will join you when all have emerged. All the creatures that we know today, the birds, the 4, 2, and many-legged beings, crawled out to this new world. The new world was stunning in its beauty and richness. There was a new sky with light, and it was good. There was day and there was night. There was noontime and there was midnight. There were foods in great variety, vegetation, and many kinds of nuts and fruits and berries. The world was abundant with its gifts, and all beings were content except the humans. The human tribe met in secret. I want to stay in this new world, the leader of the humans said. Our mother, she may force us to return to our old world, where we are often cold and hungry. We will always be miserable there. I never want to go back down there. Let us destroy our mother when she emerges. We can chop her up and be rid of her by pushing her back down homeward into the earth, and she will leave us alone, and we can enjoy ourselves. What do you say? And some humans were reluctant, but most went along with the strong leader. In great fear, the humans waited for Grasshopper Mother to emerge. When she entered our present world, the humans fell on her and beat her with sticks and stabbed her with sharp pieces of flint. Wait, she cried. Hear me. She managing to hold on to the edge. I feel my life slipping away. You have destroyed me. Now I am your mother dead. For what you have done, all life must now taste death. No one will be able to escape it. And with death will come suffering. You will feel sorrow for the loss of those you love. Death and life are now inseparable. earth will become one vast burial ground, and the dead will be scattered inside it. You too will one day return to me, your mother, now forever dead. And Grasshopper plummeted downward, and the earth swallowed her. She was never seen again. Her small children hop about here on earth to remind us of our lost creatrix mother. As I was reading that, one of the plagues of the Egyptians was the swarm of the locusts. The locusts are mentioned in Revelations. According to ancient teachings, we must respect all life or face certain sickness and even death. Insults to the natural world have vast repercussions of which most humans are barely aware. Let me break that down. What you do to the earth mother has vast repercussions on human life. Look at what is happening with the earth today. Look at the repercussions that we are reaping because of what we have sown. Look at what Trump wants to do with the coal and removing the EPA standard air thing that was put in place. The ozone. Them wanting to block the suns of the rays. The rays of the sun. Them dumping all of this pollution into the oceans. Causing animals to be extinct because they're swallowing all this man-made plastic. All of our doing. Because we're doing and doing and doing and doing and doing and doing and doing. And ain't none of us being and being and being and being and being. We too busy doing. And don't know what we're doing. But those that's got us do it, they know. Just like those humans that we don't want to have to go back down to the lower world again. Let's kill mama. She might want to take us back down there. Why would she want to take you back down there if she's going to bring you up? Your thoughts will get you. When you're not aligned, when you're not one. Woo! According to ancient teachings, we must respect all of life or face certain sickness and even death. Insults to the natural world have vast repercussions, of which most humans are barely aware. The indigenous ones know. And we go tearing down their trees in the Amazons. We go taking their land and putting them on reservations and killing up what's for centuries have been roaming this earth because we want their fur and we want to make tools out of their this and that, and we want their ivory so it can make us into bigger and better freaks. What did Jesus say up on that cross? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. What did Mama say? Know thyself. Write it down so the children may know. What did Mama Maya say? You can't do better till you know better. And once you know better, be better. Do better. And the laws of the universe will fall in line. And everything will be better. And everything will do better. That's unconditional love, not selfishness, not narcissistic. Not out of balance, yin or yang, but in union. Okay. The shaman traditionally communicates with the animal spirits that give humans the knowledge and power to overcome difficulties. The Mother Dead card means to be on good terms with the sacred ground. She tells us to enjoy the beauty and satisfaction of being alive, reverence and protect Earth and all life in it, on it and above it. Woo! In it, underground, on it, on the surface, and above it. Above the earth is the stars. Above the earth is the ozone and space, and we're littering space with what? Satellites and debris and When we protect the earth, we protect ourselves and we protect all future life. By learning of Mother Dead's powers and her mysterious teachings, you reclaim the power given by the master animal spirits. And beloveds, those animals were here before humankind. Study the ancients for wisdom, as this knowledge has stood the test of time. Use sacred technology and deepen connection. Use prayer. Use ritual. If it works, it is related to everything that works. Touch the sacred ground where our Mother Dead, the mother within our mother, is waiting deep inside our sweet Mother Earth. That has so many layers to it, beloveds. And I hope you get that. Even the dead mother still has mother inside of her, the living mother inside of her. Nothing changed. Only another cycle, another way, another transformation, another way to transmutate that energy. Connect the dots. Understand what's being given to you. Understand that these animals and these plants are living frequencies and vibrations. Some trees have been here thousands of years. How old are you? But you want to cut that tree down. And make it into something you can use. To benefit your ego. Do you even respect that energy? Do you ask it permission? Do you bond with it? Do you become intimate with it? Next card. Ball court challenges 17. Ball court. I don't know if it goes this way. Yeah, it goes this way. Ball court. And this is a very deep card, beloveds. I remember it from before. It's always a very deep one. And it's concerning challenges. So here we go. Go to the ball court to honor the forces that put together the universe. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention to the words. Pay attention to the energy of the words. Pay attention to the grouping and the contrast and the energy of the words. Again, the energy of the word is really coming through. And challenges and ball court, this is about motion, emotions. So pay attention, beloved. Go to the ball court to honor the forces that put together the universe. The ball game is played in 3 worlds. This world and the over and under worlds. I told you it was deep. I told you. Events in the ball court have a psycho-mystical meaning. With a little imagination, we can perceive a triad of worlds simultaneously, multi-dimensions, meaning inside, outside, and the mind. Soul, physical, and spirit. However you want to do that. However you need to see those 3. Multidimensional, interchangeable, how you go into one and what you do in one affects the other one. What you think in one affects the other one. Pay attention. With a little imagination, we can perceive a triad of worlds simultaneously. The ball court was first a spiritual place to pray and honor the ancestor spirits and the vibrant forces that animate the cosmos. And what I'm getting from that, the word temple just keeps vibrating. I'm going to read it again, but understand the word temple. And with a little imagination, okay? And take off all the limits in your mind and understand the vastness of God, of you. The ball court was first a spiritual place to pray and honor the ancestor spirits and the vibrant forces that animate the cosmos. We can imagine the spirits of the great warrior athletes as they competed with each other, throwing themselves into the fray. In the drama of the ball court, one could remake the world. The ball was Olin, movement. Olin is Ollin. And in its trajectory could be seen as modeling of our own fate and the chance opportunities we are given in life. Now, I'm being told to break that down in the way all religions have broken that down. As the humans, as the gods and goddesses, and as the demons. Those are 3 worlds. Use your imagination to however you need to see that. Understand that from each of these worlds, how did it say it? Warrior athletes. Think Mortal Kombat. Understand, there's nothing new under the sun. Understand, that is why everything that you see resonates with you to a certain degree. Because you've seen it over and over and over. You've participated in it in every way that you can participate in it. Right now, the only thing that's going is you're being used. You don't know who you are. You need to wake up. Today, ball courts lay abandoned across our mound-building empires, a silent testament to our gaming selves. The ball once in play against the gods themselves. The heroes of our ancestors were great ball players. People love to tell stories about the players' prowess, Legends abound about the strategies for winning, the skills required. It is no surprise that our society continues to be fixated on the ball court, the players, and the game. This passion and competitive spirit continues upon the ball fields of modern times. And beloveds, what I'm getting right now with this is what popped into what was shown to me is predators and aliens and humans. Three worlds. Okay? Understand, back in the days of our greatest classics in this world, we have Nimrod, we have Hercules, we have all the different ones from every different tribe, their own cosmologies of stories, their own interdimensional ball games, competitions. So if you're in a competition right now, what are you competing for? It's been said, your soul. Your soul is your I am. Who's winning? Who needs to be put in the game? Your ego or your I am? Ball court card is number 17. 1 and 7 is 8, beloveds. That's mama. A number signifying movement or Olin. And beloveds, every time I get this card, I tell y'all look up Olin. Ollin. Embedded in this number is the entire allegory of shape-shifting Venus twin and his brother plumed serpent in a cosmic epic. So that number 17, baby, pay attention. Like I said, pay attention to the words, the vibrations of the words, the groupings of the words, and what is being told to you. Okay? Very deep spiritual information is being imparted and gifted. The spirits of the great trickster twins inform the ball play with tricky tricks and magic moves in a symbolic struggle for the right to exist. As soon as the word right to exist popped out of my mind, out of my mouth, what was shown to me was, what's that movie? Jam. Michael Jackson Jam. Ain't Too Much to Jam. With Michael Jordan, the cartoons, playing basketball against the aliens. Ain't too much to jam, baby. The right to exist. That's serious. Your right to exist as a sovereign being is at stake. Your soul is at stake. The magnificence of the play echoes back through time to a life-death struggle with the gods. Mortal Kombat. Oh, and what was the other one? The Highlander. There can be only one. Beloveds, nothing is new under the sun. And it's up to you how you're going to view it. Discernment. and perception. And know that you may perceive something one day, and that is the truth of it. There is no up, down, over, underneath it. That is the truth of it, baby. Because that is all you can see and where you're at that day. And on the next day, the next 10 minutes, the next minute, the next 5 minutes, woof, you have a revelation, you have an epiphany, you have an understanding, baby, and that whole perception that you just had and would have died for has changed. Because it has expanded from how tight you had it. Know thyself. Know thyself. Wait a minute. Okay. The magnificence of the play echoes back through time to a life-death struggle with the gods. If you are a god yourself, and you are under this spell, or you're under this dream sleep, where you don't know who you are you going to win that war? Or is that war going to whoop your ass? If you know that you're an eternal being, and this is what is happening. How did that go? The land of Nod, we've entered the land of Nod. But those that aren't Lilith's children of the sun, have interbred with those and are the guides of those and are constantly telling those, know thyself. Wake up. You're more than what you think you are. This is a game. This is a competition. You're in competition with your ego. You're in competition with your own feelings and thoughts. And your own feelings and thoughts are in competition with everybody else's. And everybody is trying to dominate everybody else. But nobody understands who they are. Hurt people hurt people. You reap what you sow. My great-great-great-great-grandmama suffered this the way she did it, so this is life. This is how it has always been. But deep down inside of you, you know that this is wrong. And you know that there's more to it than this. Ball court is an arena. Just as in modern day football or basketball, there's a place for spectators to sit and watch as the two teams compete with one another. A hard rubber ball is used. The ball, called Olin. Olin is movement. Olin is seasons and times and, okay? The ball, called Olin, is ceremonially fashioned from copal and covered with rubber. Look up copal, beloveds. The object of this game is to knock the rubber ball through a stone ring The competition between the two teams is fierce, and when the ball is in play, the crowd goes mad. It is a game of life and death. There are 3 players on each team, so that's a total of 6, the number of men. The game can be seen as a metaphor for the movement of celestial bodies and the sun moving in and out of the underworld. Lemuria move, blah, 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 blah. Each of the planets rotating around the sun. Mars being the planet of war, influencing the earth, blah, 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 blah. Each has its cycle and season. Who knows the Mazzaroth? Who designed its order? Who can understand it? The game can be seen as a metaphor for the movement, for the Olin, of celestial bodies and the sun moving in and out of the underworld. At the beginning of the game, there was a pageant. Players wearing great rainbow-painted stone yokes paraded in front of the spectators. Rainbow warriors, huh? Rainbow in the sky is the meeting ground of the gods, and rainbow's representation on earth is the ball court. Heimdall in that bridge and doorways and the rainbow. Rainbow in the sky is the meeting ground of the gods, and rainbow's representation on earth is the ball court. So the rainbow was gifted, according to Christian mythology, interpretation, perception, as a vow that the earth itself would never be destroyed by water again. So that rainbow is used for gods to ascend and descend, for guides to ascend and descend. The 3 levels, above, on the surface, and below. Rainbow in the sky is the meeting ground of the gods, and rainbow's representation on earth is the ball court. Pot of gold, huh? Archaeologists have found thousands of these stone yokes at burial sites. Obviously, players became the personification of gods. So when you have a Set and Osiris competing against each other, when you have a Horus and a Set competing against each other in this ball game, this game called life, and you have spectators watching, other nations with their ball games, and they're copying the games. They got their own teams and their own warriors and champions. And it's nation against nation. Here it's called a ball game. We call it war. Then it was the gods, now it's humans, being influenced by the energy frequency that never dies. Whether they are in amnesia about it or not. Humans have free will. Action in the ball court is flowing and mutable. The play shifts in an instant. Everything is in flux. Every moment offers its fullest potential. So you can't be doing something in this game. You got to be being something in this game. Being all you can be. It's not about what you can do. It's about what you can be. And you knowing and in tune with that being. There are no set laws determining the outcome. In the game, people need to keep honed, alert, and exhilarated. And what would life be like without fun and games? Ball Court asks. What games are you playing? What are your personal challenges? Do you understand what this is saying to you? That this is not about the outside. This is about what's going on inside of you. You are that temple. That ball court is inside of you. Your thoughts are memories and energies and everything else. That ego mind is the narcissistic, sadistic, narcissistic, the sense of self, your personal self. That's another player. And then there's who you truly are. And again, that's that trinity, that three. Three players on each team. What games are you playing? What are your personal challenges? We are all players, and we all face challenges. Ball Court teaches us how to make decisive choices and how to be victorious. Ball Court teaches you to know thyself in all aspects. When you gamble, you cannot assume that you will always win. Even when you go all in, okay? I have been playing this poker Texas Hold'em game. And lately it's been something that'll just push my button and I'll be all in. And sometimes I have the hand and sometimes I don't. But the instinct to go all in is there. And that is a lesson in you cannot control. You might be sitting up here with aces and they have a flush. Perception. Discernment. Discipline. How we get in the mode of knowing thyself. I know I still have a fuck it mode. Fuck it. All in. Show me. Know thyself intimately. Because everything you do, you appear in that. Everything you think is a window to your soul. The way you think is a window to your soul. And only you can change you, boo. But first you got to know you. We are all players, and we all face challenges. Ball Court teaches us how to make decisive choices and how to be victorious. When you gamble, you cannot assume that you will always win. You must accept the responsibility for what happens. If you go broke, you go broke. Can't sit up there and get mad at somebody else. You cheated! Rah! You didn't have to bet. You didn't have to sit down here and play. You must accept the responsibility for what happens. You must accept the risk. This means that if you are losing, you will discover that all is not lost. Your challenge, the possibility to recover, is still there. Excuse me. Even when the odds are completely against you, remember that the stone ring is a loophole. There is always a way out. That's infinite intelligence. There's always a way out. Get the ball and get it through the loophole to victory. When you think you have lost, you may still win. And I can tell you, I've done that in the playing of the little cards. I think there's a little screen down there that shows you what you actually have. But sometimes you be so focused on the cards and what everybody else is doing, and you don't look at the little card, and sometimes you'll just go ahead and play it on out on a hunch, and you beat in one and don't even know that you thinking you winning because you got two aces and your tail sitting up there got a straight. Like I said, everything is here to teach you. Everything. We have chosen to incarnate and be here in this turbulent and momentous times. The rules we are taught no longer work. The rules we were taught no longer work. So you see Donald Trump getting away with all of this stuff is because the rules we were taught no longer work. You're sitting up here, well, how can he still be doing this? How can he still be in office? Why ain't somebody stop? Why he ain't impeached? The rules we were taught are no longer in place, which means the game has gone to another level. You got to keep up with it. The only way you can keep up with it is to up your game. The only way you can up your game is to know thyself. Learn to play the game by the real rules. Life becomes less and less predictable, and our familiar paths disappear into a vanquishing depth. You must learn to face new sets of challenges. When the ball is in play, we must sidestep danger and take our best shots. The spirit canoe floats with paddlers and the corn gods at the edge of the constellation Orion. I hope you're paying attention, beloveds. Because, like I say, the groupings of these words have specific energy to them. And there is a wealth of spiritual information being given. The spirit canoe floats with paddlers and the corn gods at the edge of the constellation Orion. This group was left the ball court to make a journey across celestial waves to see that the great wheels of the cosmos continue to turn. Let me say that one more time. Okay? The spirit canoe floats with the paddlers, those paddling, and the corn gods at the edge of the constellation Orion. So you got two groups. You got the paddlers and you got the corn gods. You paying attention? Is that one group doing and one group being? The group has left the ball court to make a journey across celestial waves. Across celestial waves. Rainbow was a covenant. When you talk about celestial waves, this boat is on celestial waves. You following me? To see that the great wheels, the great cycles and seasons of the cosmos continue to return. Rebirth, resurrect themselves, return. This great wheel of life, this cosmic wheel. So just because it's at one place, this aeon, this millennia, don't worry, baby, it'll be at another one soon enough. The Age of Aquarius. Remember, without opposition, there would be no game to play. Our opponents do their best to outplay us and take advantage of every chance to score. When we have the opportunity, we must be brave and do the same. Make our shots count. So instead of just doing, and getting the practice of doing, just doing. Get some practice at being God. Being unlimited. Being outside of your mind. Watching your mind. Observing your mind. And your persona, your self-identification. Watch it. Watch that ball game. And understand it's life and death. But you'll return because the wheel keeps going. But it's all about being victorious. Victorious is about being one with yourself, no matter what season that wheel is in. Remember the great wheel? One has a man's head, one has a bull's head, one has, and two more have something else. I can't think of it at the moment, but y'all know what I'm talking about. That big old wheel. I think it's Ezekiel's wheel. Our opponents do their best to outplay us and take advantage of every chance to score. When we have the opportunity, we must be brave and do the same. Make our shots count. Ball court card tells you to resurrect your dreams and put them back in play. Don't pay attention to the crowd. Stick to a proven strategy or intent, another that is surprising and innovative. Work with your teammates. Always be honorable. Keep your eye on the ball, the Olin, the movement, baby. Watch the movement. And keep excited about the game. Don't get depressed. Don't let it get you down. Like I said, it's going to change in a minute. Who are you rooting for? Your ego? Your persona? Or that all changing, all knowing, never changing self that invented this game in the first place? Know thyself. No matter what season it is. Summer, spring, winter, or fall, baby. No matter how many hard presses there are, no matter how many coming at you, hold your court. Know thyself. And if you get knocked on your ass, get your ass back up. You're still in the game. Always be honorable. Even among thieves, there is honor. Always be honorable. Keep your eye on the ball, the Olin, and keep excited about the game. Do not fall into ennui. Look that word up. ENNUI. Okay? That's that other card that was, what was that? Despondence. Do not fall into ennui, into despondence. You can win the game, but you must play it for all you're worth. That is your challenge. As an expression, as an individual, as well as a collective expression of the divine, you have to play it for all you're worth. That took me again to David with Goliath. You play it for all you're worth, because you know you're not alone. That's your challenge, knowing that you're not alone. Lastly, there's a great and dazzling mirror tree. Upon a branch of that tree is a ball court of mirrors. Here we may play with honor and to the best of our ability, but we can never win, for here we discover we are only playing against ourselves. Know thyself. Know thyself. Lastly, there is a great and dazzling mirror tree. Tree of life, tree of death, mirror tree. Upon a branch of that tree is a ball court of mirrors. A ball court of mirrors. Pay attention to the words and the groupings of the words and the vibration and energy of the words. On the branch of this tree, on this mirror tree, is a ball court of mirrors. And here we play with honor and to the best of our ability, but we can never win. For here we discover we are only playing against ourselves. All is vanity and the striving after the wind, baby. Paradox. The mind of God ain't to be played with, okay? Who you truly are is unlimited. Has no beginning and has no ending. When will you know yourself? And that's that one. Let's get into the last one. And this last one is just one as well. And this one is from the Isis Oracle. And it is one that just blows my mind every time I get her as well. It is Sekhmet and the Temple of Carnelian. And I want you to see the three. I want you to see the sun over behind Sekhmet, then Sekhmet, and then Isis. So I want you to understand the energies. I want you to understand the three worlds. I want you to understand the dimensions that are in at play at once. Temple of Carnelian entering the fierce belly of Sekhmet. Let's go. Let's get it. And see her wings? And notice that there's a wind. See her hair? Like I say, you have to really pay attention. Her arms are out. So I believe she's levitating. Pay attention. Go with your instincts and read and pay attention to what you see. And here we go. Temple of Carnelian, entering the fierce belly of Sekhmet. And carnelian is a stone, beloveds. Look it up to see what its properties are. You have such strength within you. It is time to trust in your own boldness and courage, taking risks that feel true to your heart and engaging in practices that make you feel truly and genuinely alive, embodied, and more of yourself, even if not always comfortable, are going to help you live the life you were born to live. So you're going to be what you incarnated to be. Not to do, but to be. In the fierce belly of Sekhmet, the lion-headed sister of Isis, the Egyptian goddess of passion, courage, and fire, there is no room for procrastination, self-doubt, or turning back. She urges you on to your high destiny, calling to you to believe, keep going, reach higher, and expand wider. You can do so knowing that the Temple of Carnelian will bring you warmth, strength, encouragement, and deep trust in your own body wisdom to guide you through any situation or relationship that may arise to test you so that you can grow into more of your magnificent being. So, beloveds, every time you get into a relationship, whether it's a relationship at work, whether it's a relationship with your children, whether it's a romantic relationship, understand that ship is going to take you to you. Make sure that ship takes you to you. Make sure it don't take you away from you. It's not about the other person. They're master of their own ship. You got to be master of yours. And if you can navigate them together, hey, that is a beautiful test. But you got to get there and know who you are. And Sinbad came into my mind right then and there. Sinbad the sailor. And Jason and the Argonauts. Okay. Fine. And Popeye. In the fierce belly of Sekhmet, the lion-headed sister of Isis, the Egyptian goddess of passion, courage, and fire, there is no room for procrastination, self-doubt, or turning back. She urges you on to your high destiny, calling to you to believe, keep going, reach higher, and expand wider. Gilgamesh. You can do so knowing that the temple of Carnelian will bring you warmth, strength, encouragement, and deep trust in your own body wisdom to guide you through any situation or relationship that may rise, to test you so that you can grow into more of your magnificent being. This oracle calls you to have the courage of your convictions, to have faith in yourself and your own process. Very important, they say. Your own process to be fearless. Your own process to be. Your own process to be fearless. As you are assured of victory. As long as you are being your own and owning yourself, the divine within you, you will be victorious. Sekhmet will not be defeated. If you are concerned that you are biting off more than you can chew or are not sure about the path you are taking, if you are up to the standard, or if you will ever gain the recognition that you feel you deserve, then know that as you enter, that means you've made it to this temple. And now you got to enter into it. Okay? Then know that as you enter the temple of Carnelian, into the fire belly of the lion-headed priestess, this is where you're going to find your courage, okay, to be victorious. This is where you're going to find the fire of God. This is where you're going to find the passion, the heat, the courage, and the boldness. Lioness. To give birth to lions, baby. Don't get no bolder. The king of the beast is born by the queen of the beast, okay? Then know that as you enter the temple of Carnelian into the fire belly of the lion-headed priestess, you shall be guided to success. Sekhmet comes alive with boldness. Have you ever watched a lion? Watching its prey, observing it. And then when it puts itself in motion, woo! Sekhmet comes alive with boldness. Not meek timidity, not, don't look at me, don't hear me. With boldness. Her power grows with courage, and her fire will burn bright in your life as passion, success, and victory. She says, fortune favors the bold and guides you to take the leap of faith, baby. To take the leap, you know in your heart it is time to take that wheel. It's the season. Trust that she will protect your love, heart, and vision, encouraging you to shine most brightly. So think about Sinbad fighting all them things. Think about Hercules fighting all of them. Think about David fighting Goliath. He was lion-hearted. Lionheart the movie. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Lionheart. Trust. She will protect your love, your heart, your vision, encouraging you to shine most brightly. This oracle also brings a particular passage about divine justice. If you are involved in or witnessing a situation that seems unjust, abusive, or concerning and are worried that it is not right, the Lion Sister Priestess tells you that it shall be resolved according to divine justice and that there is nothing to fear. Pray to her in unconditional love for help, resolution, and trust. Get lion-hearted. And that don't mean you go out attacking somebody and trying to whoop their ass to rectify a situation. That means know that justice will take place. Because justice is stronger than whatever that situation is that's playing out. Put faith in that. Pray for that. Speak it into being. Empower the thought within yourself. Feed them roots. Anchor them. Know thyself. Pray to her in unconditional love for help, resolution, and trust. You see, we lack these things. That's another part of knowing yourself. Knowing what you're praying for. Help me to trust in you that this is going to be rectified. That it will end in justice. Because that's thy will. One way or another. If it's in this lifetime or another. If it's in this dimension or another, it shall be. If you feel intuitively to act, then do so. Otherwise, allow her to have her way, as she has done and always will do. There is much more unfolding in life than we can possibly know consciously. Hear me. Hear her. Hear them. If you feel intuitively to act, then do so. Otherwise, allow her to have her way, which means, beloveds, no matter who question you, no matter who telling you, you don't know what you're doing. You ain't who you think you are. You ain't got the power. You ain't this and this and that. That's all in your mind. You making that up and blah, 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 you crazy and la 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 la. Intuitively. You don't listen on that outside of you. You listen to what's in you. Even if you have not recognized or given that instinct or that intuition the name God, the label Great Spirit, the meaning source. Identify with what you know. Stand on it. And if it ain't right, pray. Pray that my perception changes and I see the way this needs to be. Break it down for me. Make it plain. Make it clear. Because I trust and believe in you. And the more I trust and believe in you, the more I can trust and believe in me. Give, and you shall receive. Pray to her in unconditional love for help, resolution, and trust. If you feel intuitively to act, then do so. Otherwise, allow her to have her way, as she has done and always will do. There is much more unfolding in life than we can possibly know consciously. Sekhmet is a lioness. She is not just about conscious, she is the height of instinct and intuition. Female intuition. Feminine intuition and instinct. Fierce mama. If you cannot put it on you, baby, know what's within you. Let it loose. When David walked up there to Goliath, he wasn't worried about David walking up to Goliath. He knew that Sekhmet, that energy. Understand who Sekhmet is in the Egyptian cosmology. And she is represented in many other cosmologies with different names and different appearances or whatever. Understand, spirit has no form. It takes whatever form it wishes. It is not limited to a form. It takes form to help you understand and understand. There's much more unfolding in life than we can possibly know consciously. And her ways are vast. Pay attention to them words. Vast. How big is vast? Let me see you measure it. Let me see you weigh it. Let me see you draw it. Let me see you build it. Vast. And many. Vast and many. How many is many? Divine justice always prevails. This oracle is also a yes to any question that you have been asking. Any obstacles in the way of manifestation of your desire will be cleared away. Yvonne, baby, this is your reading, honey. This part is for you, and I love you. Sometimes it is our own ego that is cleared. So don't worry if there are a few bumps on the path. It is just part of the manifestation of the desire. Sekhmet assures it will come to pass. In fact, the manifestation has already commenced. Do you get the manifestation has already commenced? It may not be in our consciousness. We can't hold that because we have a problem with past, present, future, seeing time this way. But it's already commenced, which means it has already began and ended and then everything else. You just ain't caught up with it yet. Ritual healing in the Temple of Carnelian. If you have pieces of carnelian crystal, jewelry with carnelian, or even orange, red, or brown colored cloth, crystals, clothing, or candles, you may like to bring them into your sacred space for this healing. baby. And did you hear those colors? Orange, red, and brown. That is earth. That is the root. That is the passion. That is the substance of you. That is the fire in you. That is that element from the stars, from the heavens, from the earth. That is you. This is the energy that you're working with. And you can't say, oh, I don't. You're made from fire, baby. You're made of all the elements. But when you need to transmute and transform and bring about justice, divine justice, you use that fire, that alchemy, that sacred alchemy with fire. What was the last prophetic thing in the Christian thing? The earth will be destroyed with fire. Hello? Rainbow Bridge with that one. Once you have created your warm ritual space, sit comfortably with your spine in an upright position and close your eyes, taking your breath and your awareness deep into your belly. And beloveds, for those of you with belly buttons, all you need to do is sit with your spine up, put your hands on your knees, and focus and concentrate on your belly button. And see it. If you never meditated before, just see it in your head. See you concentrating on that. And not the outside, but the inside before it got cut and it was an umbilical cord. And you're still connected. Be aware of light growing in the belly, warm and strong. Imagine following the light into the belly. Deeper and deeper you go until you become aware of a vast pyramid made of huge ancient sandstones with swirling sand patterns on its face. It is warm, pulsating, alive with energy. Take your time to sense the entrance to the pyramid. So you're going there through your navel, through your belly button, through your umbilical, to this pyramid. And you feel effortlessly drawn towards the entrance. And you descend quickly into the pyramid itself now. Inside, there is darkness and warm torches of rich flames. As your sense of awareness adjusts to being inside the pyramid, you sense warmth and vibrancy. So you're inside this womb now, baby, okay? This pyramid is a womb. It's a temple. Inside, there is darkness. Just like when you're inside the womb. Think about seeing outside. You're seeing all this blood and everything. But it's, like when you go in the water, in the pool, and everything is blue. Well, everything now is warm, rich orange, red tones, okay? You submerge down into this. As your sense of awareness adjusts to being inside the pyramid, you sense warmth and vibrancy. And beloveds, when you feel warm and vibrant, that means you're healthy and alive. That means passion can grow. That means fears can be melted away. You become one with this flame. There is an altar with flames burning in a huge bowls made of carnelian. The warm red and orange tones and the light of the fire burning create a golden glow in the room. Just feel the power, the warmth, and the energy in the temple warming you from within, not outside of you. You're in this temple, but you're feeling the heat coming from inside of you going outwards. You're feeling this warmth and vibrancy like your own blood pulsating. Life, passion, knowing. You become aware of a great being stepping out from behind the altar into the center of the temple. Her energy is powerful and her presence is very strong. She steps forward as a golden, lion-headed goddess, vibrant and radiant like the sun. She sweeps her hand before your eyes, placing a soft filter before your eyes, so that whilst you are in the temple, you can gaze at her without being blinded. So she giving you some Ray-Bans. She giving you some shades, some glasses, so the light, her essence doesn't overwhelm you. So that whilst you're in the temple, you can gaze at her without being blinded by her intensity and light. She is radiant and powerful, fierce and filled with heat and energy like the sun. You are a child of the sun. You are in her presence. And even in her presence, she loves you unconditionally enough to filter. You bow your head in deep respect, and she nods in acknowledgement. She gestures to the largest carnelian bowl filled with fire in the center of her carnelian temple. And you notice the fire in the bowl gazing into its dancing flames. You know that she is offering you use of the central flame. It will purify any matter that you offer it, meaning you got to let it go. You got to give it to it in order to get something back. You got to give to receive. You got to sow to reap. You can choose to release into the fire any fear, doubt, uncertainty, or habit that will hold you back from fulfilling your high destiny and allowing life to flow through you to the greatest degree. Pay attention. Pay attention to what your imagination can empower you with when you invoke it. It won't always feel comfortable. The element of fire will not always feel comfortable. Sometimes there are outer layers to us that need to be burnt away, things that we don't even know. And when you grasp that piece of coal, instead of cursing it, sometimes you need to bless it. Sometimes it will feel challenging and scary. You in the presence of a sun goddess, lion-headed, in her temple. inside of you, connected to your belly button inside a pyramid. How comfortable do you think you're going to be? But even with that, underneath it, it will always feel right. Do you dare surrender energies that would hold you back into her divine fire? Once the fire of Sekhmet consumes and destroys these energies, your fears, your procrastinations, your doubts, your beliefs, your perceptions, your ego, your masochistic self-identity. Once the fire of Sekhmet consumes, eats, swallows, devours, chews it up and swallows it, and destroys these energies, she will gift them back transformed. But you will not leave her temple the same as you entered. Are you ready and willing for your own transformation to occur? Or are you scared that she's going to kill you and there will be no more you left, and all these different things and all these different stories and all these different doubts and all these different, she's a demon. What if that's the wrong decision? You're inside yourself. So you housing demons now? Or are you housing goddesses? Fierce goddesses? Because she'll be what you want her to be. After all, she's part of your imagination, right? She waits for one moment longer and then steps forward. It is time for you to decide. She deftly raises her arms and the fire leaps. Now is the time to toss away that which you no longer need. Do it now. Be you. Do it now. Be bold. Be courageous. She likes that. Feel the exhilaration as you let it go. As you let go of your worries and concerns, you drop that load, baby. Whew. You had the courage to drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Feel the exhilaration as you let it go. Let yourself moan or release a cry. Hallelujah. As you do so, let your entire body, mind, and soul release into her magnificent fire. So, baby, let yourself be immersed in that. Let yourself be anointed in that. Let yourself become one with that flame. When you are done, moments later, the fire dies away, and within the bowl, there's golden dust. Transmutation, alchemy has taken place. From dust you are, to dust you will return. Feel the peace in the temple and the knowing in Sekhmet's eyes as she inclines her head, acknowledging that you have trusted her and received her healing grace. Be at peace within yourself now. You trusted her enough with your seeds. And because you did that, you shall reap what you sow. We read about the corn and the paddlers. Baby, it's all tied up. It's all connected. So pay attention. Go through this again because there are word groupings and symbols and segues and portals within all of this that is so deep. This is coming from tarot cards. This is divination. This is opening up and asking Spirit to come through. That's what is taking place. That's what you're being able to see in this video if you're watching, if you're listening, if you're open to receive. Be at peace with yourself now. Sekhmet waves her hand over the golden dust in the carnelian bowl, and it gathers itself up in swirling light all around you. Let it settle in your body, your chakras, your hair. When the swirling has finished, Sekhmet is gone, and you are outside the pyramid again, traveling back quickly toward your belly and breath flowing. You are changed. Well done. Take your time and be aware of yourself in this space. When you are ready, just open your eyes. I am being told to say and remember the time when we first fell in love. Woo! Michael Jackson. Remember the time, baby. That dust, that golden dust. Incantation to the fire belly of Sekhmet. You can say this incantation to overcome any fear or doubt you can possibly imagine, and to get energy and fire into any issue that comes stagnant or blocked. Only use the incantation when it really feels right to do so in your heart, because it is powerful and it will have effect. And sometimes when our heart tells us patience is needed, we are better to wait and allow situations to unfold rather than throw the gauntlet down and ask powerful Sekhmet to step in and sort it all out. She isn't very soft, though. However, when we really do need the power of her action, our beloved lion sister priestess is here for us. Just don't expect to control the effects of her power. You can't control the fire, baby. You got to let it burn, baby. Burn till it go out. Understand the story of Sekhmet. Even Ra couldn't control her. He had to trick her to get her to stop. Understand the essence and the energy you're dealing with. The element. Always say the incantation as a whole. So you are calling on unconditional love to guide the process. You're not in your feelings of anger. You're not in your feelings of you did this to me, so I'm going to get you back. Vengeance. You're not in your karmic. Karma will get you. This is my act. This is divine justice. There is no surviving it. There is not giving it and having it come back unchanged, transformed into something else. Sekhmet, who loves me unconditionally, brave, bright as fire, bold as can be. Bless this situation with your healing power. Do it now, this very hour. I offer you love and gratitude from my heart as you liberate me from this troubled dark. Sekhmet, who loves with passion and might, you assist me now with your eternal fire bright. And that's that invocation. And that's that card, beloveds. Ain't nothing like a mama cat. And we need to let that Sekhmet come up and deal with this situation that's in the United States with these babies being put in cages. With these babies all around the world being starved, sexually trafficked, being used and misused and abused. Instead of saying, what can we do? You were just given that answer. Whether you do it individually or as collective, call upon that divine feminine force of divine justice. Bring it into the play of the game. That's your loophole. Know thyself. Know thyself. Bring balance. Lioness of courage. Listen to the song. Dim the lights. Get you a red or orange or fiery, something that represents fire to you. Think of that umbilical cord. Think of it going all the way back to that most ancient of temples, that pyramid, where she resides. Her essence is, where you can invoke her and be in her presence. And ask for some of that radiance and enjoy that heat. And access that courage and that boldness. No matter how meek and mild you are, it's in you. And you can tap into it. Male or female. Know thyself. Okay, beloveds. That is going to do this reading. And I am so blessed. I feel like, and this is going to sound weird, but I feel like I've just given birth.